This is the prerequisite review for section 5.1, 5.2, and 6.1 combined. And this covers systems of linear equations and solving with matrices. These are the prerequisites needed for those lessons. We have 6 objectives. Let's go ahead and begin with objective 1, conditional equations, identities, and contradictions. Okay, so contradictions, we will arrive at a false statement. Identities, we will arrive at a true statement. And conditionals, we will have a single solution. So, taking a look at number 1, let's go ahead and distribute that 5. We will combine like terms. And 5 minus 1 is 4. So that is true. Therefore, we have an identity. Taking a look at number 2, we will distribute that 2. And as you can see, this is not true. So we could go ahead and just say that we're going to subtract 2k from both sides. You could think of it that way. And now we have negative 14 equals negative 13. That is not true. That is a false statement. Therefore, we have a contradiction. Taking a look at number 3, we will go ahead and distribute that 2. And here we are going to combine like terms. And here we have 2x plus 1 equals 2x plus 1. This is a true statement. Now there is something that I have left off that I'm going to do at the very end. Here I'm just identifying first. And then we'll go ahead and write the solution set. Looking at number 4, we're going to distribute that 10. We'll go ahead and combine those constants. And we have a negative 20 and a positive 12, which will leave us with a negative 8. And now, as you can see, I'm going to subtract 20n from both sides, and we end up with 4 is equal to negative 8. And that is false. So we have a contradiction. So what you might notice here is that our solution sets for our identities is all reals. So that means any value that you place in for this x value will make that equation true. For our contradictions, we have the empty set. You can also write it as null set. Okay, moving on to objective 2. Here we're going to be graphing equations and identifying the x and y intercepts. Let's go ahead and try to graph with these intercepts. I'll just put graphs using those intercepts, okay? So looking at number 5, of course, when we want to find our x-intercept, we're going to let y be 0. So we have 2x plus 8 equals 0. 2x equals a negative 8, and x equals negative 4. So we'll go ahead and place x equal to negative 4 on the x-axis. Now looking at the y-intercept, we're going to let x equal 0. So we have 2 times 0 plus 8 equals y, and 8 is equal to y. And so we actually are off of the chart here. Well, maybe not. It's right here. So that's okay. So now we will connect those lines and be able to graph our line. Okay. You can also see that this graph has a slope of 2, so we have up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. You might also see that slope. We didn't use that to graph though. Let's go ahead and look at number 6. If we look for our x-intercept, we're going to let y be 0, so we have 5x plus 2 times 0 equals 5. 5x equals 5, and here dividing both sides by 5, we have x is equal to 1. Finding our y-intercept, we're going to let x be 0, so we have 5 times 0 plus 2 times y equals 5. 2y equals 5, and here we will divide both sides by 2, and we have y equals 2.5. And so connecting these 2 points, we now have this graph. Okay, so we are on to objective 3, which is graphing equations and identifying the slope and the y-intercept. So if we want to find the slope and the y-intercept, we are going to solve for y in each one of these equations. Looking at number 7, I'll go ahead and write this equation out here again, and we are going to subtract 6 from both sides. And now I'm going to divide every term by a -4. And let's clean this up again a bit. And that would be a positive 3/2 equals y. So as you can see, I'll turn this around. We have here that our slope equals -1/2 and our y-intercept equals 3/2. So let's go ahead and put our y-intercept on the graph, and to have our slope as -1/2, we're going to go down 1 and to the right 2, down 1 and to the right 2, and there you have our line. And it looks like that. I think I'm going to make this line just a tad bit longer so that I can place that arrow a little further on the Cartesian plot. Okay, let's look at number 8. I will go ahead and rewrite that equation over here. I'm going to subtract x from both sides, and now I'm going to divide every term by a -2. And as you can see, we have a positive 1/2 x minus 3. So here our slope is a positive 1/2 and our y-intercept is a -3. So now our slope is up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. And we can go ahead and plot just like that. We are on to objective number 4, and objective number 4, we will have applications involving simple interest. So looking at number 1, Anna invested $3,000 in an account, and she will be paying 8% simple interest. How much interest will she earn in 3.5 years? So the principal amount is $3,000. Our rate is 0.08 and time is 3.5. Okay, getting out a calculator, we know that interest is principal times rate times time. So we have 3,000 multiplied by 0.08 and multiplied by 3.5. So if we multiply that out, and you can always pause the video, we will arrive at $840. That is just the interest. So let's highlight that. We're looking for just the interest. In number 2, how much money will she have to pay back? Here we are going to talk about that we have to add how much she borrows plus the interest is going to equal how much she has to pay back. And in this case, we can use our combined equation, which is amount equals principal times 1 plus the rate times the time. And this is, again, our simple interest formula. And here you can see, if you distribute the P, that's how much she has borrowed. And here, PRT, that is the interest. So this equation combines the principal and the interest that will either be the amount in the bank after that time or the amount that owes back that's been borrowed. So looking at what we have been given, let me move that over there. We have been given that the principal amount is $32.50. The rate is 0.06 and time is 2 years. So with that, we will plug that in and have the amount is $32.50 multiplied by 1 plus 0.06 multiplied by 2. So we will have to compute this 0.06 times 2 first before we add the 1. So putting that in the calculator, we have 36.40. So $3,640. And as you can see, it's the amount that she borrowed plus the amount of interest that she would have to pay after 2 years. Okay, looking at number 3, this is just interest, not the total amount. So writing down what we have been given, Diane has to pay if she borrows, so that principal amount of $4,000. The rate, let me rewrite this, P. That rate is equal to 0.04, and now we have a 3-year time period. So plugging that into the interest-only equation, which is PRT, we have 4,000 multiplied by 0.04 and multiplied by 3. So multiplying those together, we arrive at $480. Okay, moving on to objective number 5. Here we're going to write a linear model given a fixed value and then a rate of change. So there is one amount that is changing dependent on something else. So here we have a cell phone, and the bill is determined by a flat fee of $39.99 plus 20 cents for every text message. Now here we can see we're going to let X equal the number of text messages, and Y is going to be the cost, the monthly cost. So we're going to have the fixed amount and we're going to have the variable amount. So here we have 20 cents times the number of text messages, and then we're going to add $39.99 to that amount. So as you can see, if you sent no text messages, she would still have to pay that flat fee of $39.99. Okay, and I'll go ahead and mark this. This is the variable cost, or the rate that's changing, and here is the fixed value. And I might even write rate of change, because that's just like our slope. Okay, looking at number 5, we are still on objective 5, writing a linear model. Here we have the cost to rent a storage space is $90 per month, plus there's a non-refundable deposit of $105. So we are going to let X be the number of months and Y be the cost to rent that storage space. So again, here we have Y equals, and we are going to have $90 per month, $90 multiplied by X number of months, and then we have that flat fee of $105. So again, here we have our 105 is similar to that $39.99, our fixed value, and our rate of change, similar to slope, is that $90 cost per month. We are now on objective 6, which is linear equations involving fractions. And what we did here is we multiplied both sides by the LCD, and it clears the denominators. So looking at number 6, our LCD is equal to 3. So we are going to multiply every term by a 3. And you don't have to write this out, but sometimes it's nice to see it. And as you can see here, we have our 3's canceling there, and we end up with 2x plus 1 plus x minus 1 equals 15. Now, could you have first combined these numerators and put them all over 3? Yes. But we just want to be able to use this method of multiplying every term by the LCD and get into that habit. It works for all of these rational equations. Combining like terms, we have 3x, and our plus 1 and our minus 1 cancel, equals 15, and x equals 5, dividing both sides by 3. Taking a look at number 7, we have an LCD of 6. I wanted to write that in a different color. So we are multiplying every term by a 6. And here our 6's cancel, and here we end up with 6 divided by 3 is 2. So here we have 3w minus 2 equals 6 minus 2 times w minus 1. Let's go ahead and distribute that 2, and that is a negative 2, so now that becomes a plus 2. Let's combine like terms on the right-hand side, and now we will add 2w to both sides and add 2 to both sides. Dividing both sides by 5, we come up with w equals 2. Looking at number 8, as you can see, our LCD is 6. So we will have 6 multiplied by x plus 3 divided by 3, and 6 multiplied by x minus 1 divided by 2. And this is a very nice way to simplify these rational equations. Taking a look, we now have 2 times x plus 3 minus 3 times x minus 1 equals 24. I need to fix that too. And let's go ahead and distribute that 2 and then distribute that 3. We will combine like terms. And 24 minus 9 is a 15, and x is equal to negative 15. Taking a look at number 9, our LCD is going to be 12. So we have 12 times 2k plus 5 over 4 equals 12 times 2 minus 12 times k plus 2 divided by 3. And now, as you can see, we have 3 multiplied by 2k plus 5 equals 24 minus 4 times k plus 2. Distributing that 3 and distributing that negative 4. We will combine like terms on the right-hand side. And we have 4k that we will add to both sides. And then we will subtract 15. Dividing both sides by 10, we have that k is equal to 1/10. And that concludes Objective 6 and this prerequisite worksheet.